Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar for the University of London's Bachelor's of Science in Marketing program with Coursera. My name is Saddam, and I'm enrollment counselor here at Coursera. Joining me today is Matthew, a fellow enrollment counselor, who will be answering your questions in the Q&A box. And we'll have Naomi from Coursera Marketing helping behind the scenes. In today's webinar, we have a great session where we will be looking at the general overview of the bachelor's and university, study format and Coursera platform, admission requirements, application process, and tuition fees, and finally, degree recognition and graduation. In the meantime, please feel free to drop your questions into the Q&A box below as we go along. Matthew will be answering these questions, and as we end, I will go through the remaining questions. In the next slide, we are going to watch a quick video about the BSc Marketing from University of London. Let's get started. This video explains if your ambition is a career in marketing, international business, or management, the University of London's BSc Marketing degree will help you achieve your goals, gain valuable insights into key marketing disciplines, learn how business work and flourish, and gain the skills to become an effective future business leader. So the first thing that pops up in the heads while we select a degree program is not just about the subject we want to study, but also the university that offers it. So let's proceed on to the next slide and get that question answered. The University of London was founded in 1836 and is one of the oldest and most prestigious universities in UK. There are over 50,000 students in 180 plus countries studying 100 plus degrees, diplomas, and certificates. The program is led by academics at Royal Holloway School of Business and Management, one of the 17 independent federation members of University of London. Royal Holloway is ranked among the top 30 universities in the UK and the top 350 universities in the world for world-class research. This program has been designed to encourage intellectual curiosity, whether you are currently working within the sector or seeking opportunities in a new field. This program provides a foundation for understanding the diverse, interdisciplinary nature of marketing and business administration. If you are looking to work for an international company or crave the opportunity to be mobile during your career, this will be an invaluable learning experience. You will walk away with an internationally recognized qualification and global mindset as a result of studying across borders with colleagues from around the world. There are two cohorts every year, April and October. Next start date is October 2024. So in the next slide, let's look at the quick question. I haven't taken online course with Coursera before. Can you help me understand how it works? So let's explore the same in the next slide. Now let's look at how the program is going to be delivered to the learners on Coursera's platform. I'm sure most of you already have some experience with Coursera, but for those who don't worry. It's a very easy to figure out. I'll walk you through the main points and feel free to ask more questions about this during our live Q&A. Bachelor's in Marketing program is delivered entirely online through Coursera. You will be able to access all the materials needed for your studies at any time as long as you have internet connection. This means most of the time you can study at your own pace. Each module is studied over 22 weeks, and one module requires an average of 10 to 12 hours of direct learning per week. Modules runs once a year and reseat opportunities will be available. You can choose how many modules to study in each session, up to a maximum of 2 new modules. The time commitment will vary from student to student, but as a guide, you should allow 300 hours for each module to be studied across a 22-week study session. With 2 modules per session, you will be able to complete the degree in 3 years. This means you will be studying for 60 credits in each session. That equates to approximately 600 hours. Over the 22-week of each session, you will need to dedicate for 2 modules around 24 to 30 hours per week to study. You'll also need to regularly check your university portal. The student portal is a gateway to all your additional learning resources. There you'll find the most up-to-date information, including registration dates, exam dates, as well as wonderful resources to support your development, such as well-being material, career development, exercises, and student support services. In the next slide, to help you better understand the learning process. Next slide. So to help you better understand how the learning process works on Coursera platform, let me walk you through a sample course from University of London. Naomi, can you play the video? The program is designed to fit learners' personal schedules, allowing them to study online at their own pace and vary their course load every term. Learners can access their courses from anywhere by downloading them and to their mobile devices and study offline whenever and wherever they choose. There is no live attendance required. Once you log in into the Coursera platform, you'll see the courses you've registered for on your dashboard, and you'll notice that the coursework is broken down into weeks. Each week will have pre-recorded video lectures, quizzes, and interactive activities. Learners watch pre-recorded video lectures and complete quizzes and assignments. There's a final exam at the end of every module. All coursework is self-paced except for midterms and final exams. Learners can find deadline in the course syllabus. Learners can also find their exam timetable and in the student portal. The university provides learners with all of the resources and study materials needed to complete the program successfully, including the essential readings of each module. Learners will access these resources through the virtual environment and Coursera. Students collaborate on group projects using Zoom and Slack. Slack is a cloud-based instant messaging system, and Zoom is a video conferencing software. Online tutors will hold live tutorial webinars and provide support and guidance throughout each study session. Online student relationship managers will guide students through their learning journey, and student guide will provide information which is common to all students and give information about matters of importance from the start of a student's relationship with the University of London through to their graduation. Online library, this provides a range of full-text multidisciplinary database where journal, articles, ebooks, and reports can be found. In the next slide, let us understand about assessments and support. Now let's look into how assessments for the program work and the kind of support you will receive. The minimum duration of the program is 3 years, which is a standard length of bachelor's degree in the UK. But since this degree is flexible, you can vary your workload. The university gives you up to 6 years to complete all the required modules at your own pace. You will have hard deadlines for some assessments and final exams, which will be highlighted in a syllabus you receive. Here, I would like to mention that all assessments are online. Each module of the marketing program is a session. They will contribute 30% towards your final grade, and the remaining 70% of your grade will come from assessment element 2, which is a 3,000 word final online examination that is at the end of each session. That's around September and March. Also, some of the modules have group work where you need to work asynchronously with your peers. So please plan for that as well. You'll receive plenty of support within this program. The virtual learning environment on the Coursera platform is where you'll find lessons, activities, assignments, and additionally study resources. You will also have an opportunity to join online tutorials with the University of London's professors, who will provide you with support and guidance throughout each study session. These tutorials are not mandatory to attend, but I'd highly encourage you to do so. Each tutor has their own group of students to make sure you feel fully supported in the program. For any non-academic inquiries such as course advising, you can reach out to your online student support team, who will guide and advise you, helping you fit your studies around work and family commitments. So in the next slide, we will understand about the new stackable options. Going forward, we have a new stackable option for our BSc in marketing. So this is something which is really interesting. So what is a stackable option? This is where you will be able to gain credit towards the course on completion of 2 Coursera certificates. This is an option for this course wherein these will be Google Digital Marketing and e-commerce certificates and IBM Data Analyst certificate. You will be required to finish both certificates to gain a credit waiver for this course. Completing one of the certificates will carry no credit towards your degree. On completion of these 2 certificates, you will receive 30 credits towards your bachelor's degree, equivalent to 1 module, that is BU 2570. So the certificates can be completed in advance of the degree being started or finished during the course, as long as they are executed in advance of starting marketing research and digital consumer culture. This module will normally be studied in the 2nd year. On completion of the 2 courses, you will gain automatic recognition of prior learning and will not need to pay the RPL fee to have this applied. In the next slide, let's look into detail about IBM Data Analyst Professional Certificate, which can be completed in 4 months at 10 hours per week. It comprises of 9 course series which can be completed in 4 months. Matthew will now share the link for the same. So what you learn into it, you learn about mastering the most up-to-date practical skills and tools that data analysts use in their daily roles. You learn about how to visualize data and present findings using various charts in Excel spreadsheets and BI tools like IBM Cognos and Analytics and Tableau. In the next slide, let us understand about Google Digital Marketing and E-commerce Professional Certificate. This can be completed in 6 months at 10 hours a week of time commitment. It will comprise of 7 course series. Matthew will now share the link for the same. In the next slide, let us try to understand about the process of application and admission requirements. Hopefully now you have a clear understanding of what studying online is like. Now, in the next slide, let's get an understanding about application and admissions requirement. So in order to qualify for application, you must be age 17 or older on the registration deadline date, which is September 18th. The University of London accepts qualifications from all over the world. I encourage you to use the link that Matthew is now going to share in the chat. Please note that the University of London does accept many awards that are not listed on the website, such as non-listed school qualifications, diplomas, and professional awards. Applications are now open and the deadline for the application is September 24. So make sure to do this as soon as possible. It can take the University of London up to 15 business days to process your application. The application fee for April 2024 cohort is £60 only. To complete your application, you will need a scanned copy of your personal identification, birth certificate, passport, national identification card, or a scanned copy of your official academic transcripts, translated copies if needed. It can be signed and stamped by an official translator, evidence of English proficiency test, if English is not your first language. Matthew will now drop into the chat the links for the same. A supporting statement described by why you want to take this program will also be required. This will be your opportunity to showcase to the University of London why you wish to study the program. Please give your reasons. You should include details about your education, work experience, and current responsibilities, which are relevant to this application. It is recommended that you write between 100 to 250 words describing about yourself and the details related to your educational qualification and professional experience. If you would like your employment to be considered as a part of your application, you may upload a CV resume, but that's completely optional. On the next slide, let's understand the application process. This is how the application process looks like. First of all, you are welcome to book a meeting with us to discuss your application, program, and all the documents in more details. When you are ready to start your application, please go to the Coursera website and click a blue Apply Now button, which will take you to the University of London's application. The first question you will be asked when you start your application is whether you want to apply for standard or performance-based entry. To understand which route is the best for you, make sure to check your country requirement by following the link we shared in the chat box earlier. If you satisfy those requirements, choose standard entry, otherwise choose performance-based. The difference between them is that if you get accepted into performance-based admission, you will need to complete one module with a weighted average of 40% or above before the progression into the rest of the program. The application itself is pretty straightforward. Please prepare all the documents we spoke about in advance, and then it shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes to complete your application. Make sure to submit your application before September. After submission, please check your email box regularly, as the University of London might ask for some additional information. You will then receive an email with their decision and further instructions. If you have any questions, concerns regarding the application fee, feel free to reach out to the enrollment services team at any stage of your application process. We will be sharing a link to book a meeting with the enrollment counselor towards the end of this webinar. In the next slide, let's understand about the total program cost. The indicative total of this bachelor's is £14,076 to £18,732, depending on your geographical location, band A or band B. Please note, tuition is based on where you are living currently and not based on nationality. To understand which band you fall under, Matthew will now drop a link into the chat box below for your reference. Please note that on average, University of London fee incurs 5% year-on-year increase. Students can also pay as you go. So for band A countries, per module would cost £1,168. And for band B countries, per module would cost £1,556. Learners can pay their fees via online, in-person, and offline. In Pay Online, you have options to pay by credit card, debit card, bank transfer, or Flywire. You can log in into your student portal, select username at the top of the page to access My Account, and then select My Finance and Payment. Select the fees you wish to pay online and then the payment method. Once payment method is approved, you will be able to print a receipt. If you wish to pay by bank transfer, an amount will be displayed along with the instruction on how to proceed with the transfer of funds. This can be done at your bank in person or through your online banking. If you wish to pay online but do not have access to your student portal, please contact Student Advice Center. Flywire allows you to save on bank fees and exchange rates and choose local payment options. You can also pay offline by visiting Western Union Quick Pay or Sterling Bank's draft or check. University of London offers a number of scholarship and bursaries for the students. The best way to go about this is for you to check the university's website to see if there's anything that you may be eligible for. Matthew will now share link for financial aid options in the chat box. Please note that generally you can apply for scholarship or bursaries only after you've been accepted into the program. Now, in the next slide, let's try to understand registration for modules. The next step in the process is registration, when you are ready to register for your modules, for which the deadline is going to be 23rd September 2024. Log into your student portal using the login details at the university emailed to you. Once you've logged into your student portal, click Register Now button, and you'll be able to see which modules are offered in this session, and you can register. You can study up to 2 modules per session. In addition to this, you can resit assessments or repeat modules if necessary. It's strongly recommended that you take Foundations of Quantitative Methods for Sustainable Organizations. The code is BU1510, and Interpreting Management, Market and Consumption, BU1520 during your first term. To complete your registration, you need to pay for your modules. The total cost of the program depends on your location. You can refer to the link shared earlier in the chat box so that you can check for yourself which country band you would fall under. If your country is band A, you pay £14,076, and for band B, you would be paying £18,732. Also, I would like you to know that you don't have to pay the fees straight away. You pay as you go for each module. So this fee will be divided between the years of your studies. After you've registered and paid for your modules, you'll receive an invite to your university email address to link your Coursera account to the degree program. There you'll see orientation course that you'll need to complete before classes begin. This course covers everything you need to know to start the program and to make the best use of your studies step by step. It will go over program policies, how to navigate Coursera communication channels to seek help, and how to connect with other students. You should allow up to 6 hours to complete this course. Once you've completed that, you'll receive access to your modules when the teaching session begins on October 2024. You'll have access to all of your study materials at the start of the session, except for some assessments and final exams, which may be locked for a certain date and time. In the next slide, let's try to further explore about your degree and career. In the following slides, let's understand about degree recognition. So BSc in Marketing is a standard bachelor's degree in the UK. The University of London holds the standard of this program to the same expectations as any other university of UK marketing degree. The marketing level and objective are aligned to UK benchmarks. Your degree certificate will not mention Coursera or the fact that it was completed online. The University of London's understanding is that UK degree is typically accepted for entering master's program worldwide, but since some countries' education system are structured differently, I'd recommend contacting the admissions team of the specific university you are interested into to see what requirements they have and if there's a grade you need to achieve. If you require any documents for your application, you can contact the university for assistance. In the next slide, we'll understand about career pathways and support. There are many different possibilities of careers for your upon graduation. So you can see some sample roles in the slide, but generally with credentials from globally recognized institutions, which the University of London is, you will discover in-demand marketing opportunities at international companies and will be able to fit easily into roles that collaborate across borders. After studying with learners around the world within this program, you will cultivate a global mindset, which will allow you to bring your new expertise to business sectors everywhere. Just to give you an idea, on-campus graduation from Royal Holloway School of Business and Management have gone on to work at various international companies, including Versace, Barclays, Nissan, Deloitte, and Xerox. As a graduate of this program, you will be able to gain an understanding of the organization, its functions, and context of business, leading to a multifaceted appreciation of marketing and other management disciplines. You'll be able to understand contemporary perspective on marketing as a discipline and its implications for firms, industries, and societies, and learn the strategic and operational facets of marketing. Upon your graduation, you'll also become a part of university's alumni network, which unites all of the University of London alumni worldwide. It will provide you with some great networking opportunities. For career support, the university works closely with the University of London Career Services to offer a range of fantastic online resources to maximize your experience. Resources include video tutorials, interview preparation, technical resume writing, building your LinkedIn and personal branding. They also host great career webinars twice a week throughout the year. So I highly encourage you to attend at least one of those. Now, in the next slide, it's time for our Q&A. If you have some additional questions about the program or application process, please put them in the Q&A box. We'll give you a few seconds to submit your questions. We see a lot of thoughtful questions. We'll try to answer as many as possible in the time that we have left. So let's start with this question, which states, what is the time commitment for the program? You can expect time commitment of 10 to 12 hours per week per module. that needs to be studied within a 22-week session in order to complete the degree in 3 years. You need to take 2 modules per session, which means in order to complete the degree in 3 years, 20 to 24 hours of time commitment per week. Another interesting question is related to scholarship. So it states any funds or scholarship for foreign students. University of London offers a number of scholarship and bursaries for students. The best way to go about this is for you to check at the university's website to see if there's anything that you may be eligible for. Matthew will now share a link for scholarship and bursaries. Please note that generally you can apply for scholarship or bursaries only after you've been accepted into the program. Why are there 2 universities, University of London and Royal Holloway? So yeah, University of London is at the administrative and degree awarding body. It has 17 independent member of institutions, and Royal Holloway is one of them. Royal Holloway designs the curriculum, and University of London is the awarding body. So another question is about what marketing foundations are taught. So management and business administration, sustainable business practices, digital marketing, organizational marketing, advertising, and branding. In level 4 of this program, you learn to evaluate theory, research, and practice within management. And in level 5, you learn how to critically apply methodologies in the analysis of management by learning key functions of marketing, including information system, human resource management, accounting, and operations management. Then you'll move on to level 6, which allows learners to analyze real life problems facing actual business and evaluate the effectiveness and limitations of different management attempts to solve them. So here is another interesting question. I personally like this the most. So what will appear on the degree certificate? Your certificate will show that you have successfully completed the Bachelor's of Science in Marketing. It will also show that the awarding body is University of London with academic directions provided by Royal Holloway, University of London. It would nowhere mention online or Coursera. Another question related to recognition of prior learning. Can I transfer some credits from my prior studies, and how can I do that? Yes, University of London recognizes credits from all universities worldwide. In the most cases, it's not automatic and you will need to apply for recognition of prior learning. There's a non-refundable fees of £130 per module. So let's look at some other questions if there are any. Is attendance required? No, attendance is not required online. So one of the important question is, if my background lays outside of the marketing field, would that be a problem? There's no requirement for you to work or study marketing before you enter in this program. However, your experience will be considered and will be a benefit. Thank you. So we are right at the time. Here you can find some key dates for fall 2024 cohort. We'll send out the recording of this webinar to your in a follow-up email, and you can schedule an appointment here. And if you have any further questions, feel free to schedule a call with following the link Matthew will now share in the chat box. Thank you everyone for attending the webinar. And once again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.